What's up, y'all? Happy belated Valentine's Day. I sure loved that game. Ah. Okay, so moment of honesty. So got home late from the sitting there watching the game. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm watching the fourth quarter. I'm watching them dudes just slap around the Kings. Absolutely beautiful. As soon as I saw Sabonis at center, I'm like, against Drummond? Like, what? And it's crazy because now I'm having those moments of, that's who you have at center? And I know Sabonis is tall, but it's like, man, it's fun that now I'm having this dialogue with myself pregame of, we have the crazy center and you're sending out a little kid. It's welcomed. It's beautiful. This is unprofessional. Let me just make sure I am recording. I feel like I hit the record button. I am recording. My fault. But anyway, what a game. I mean, just what a game. You know, it has been 11 videos since I've gotten on camera and said this. The Nets went out there and won a game. Jesus Christ and a half. I'm here for it. Sever the bond. Nets Republic. Let's get into the shenanigans. I finally have something positive to say. It's not just me pooping on Kyrie. Thank God, I was running out of things to say. Y'all. Ooh, y'all. Ooh, y'all. You know, it really hit me. It really, really hit me. I just woke up from being passed out on the couch, dad style. Just woke up. Sun chips everywhere. But we really have a Curry. You know what I mean? We really have a Curry, and I'm not really up on what Seth does. I know he goes from team to team like Austin Rivers, but I've never really been aware of what that man did. Now, I've heard passing fancies from individuals on fans of other teams saying, "Oh, Seth Curry's incredible. Oh, his shots like water." You know, and he literally has the Curry stamp on the back of his jersey. But I've just never heard anything from the man. I've heard he's a good role player, and that's about it. But I've never really, seen anything that would lean towards I'm just going to go ahead and say it, the Steph conversation. Which I know is a messed up comparison, but let's keep it a bean. We hear Curry. You feel me? It's like, well, is he like his brother? Like, what's going on? Like, what's happening here? From what I've heard, he's like Kyle Korver. And I'm like, okay, well, that's cool. Stay in the corner, hit the three-point specialist. He's JJ Redick. Okay, that's cool, I guess. So I just kind of ignored it. I was like, all right, I bet. The man starts out the gate, pulling up from mid-range, bunch of height in the jump. He's got the over-the-head perfect, like hand in the cookie jar jumper thing going on, all net. I mean, and he's swishing from everywhere. I don't think he hit net once the whole night. Sorry, rim. I don't think he hit a rim the whole night. Every one of his jumpers that went in was crystal clear. It's how I imagine Justin plays. I'm going to be honest with you. It is how I imagine Justin plays. Because I've just never seen someone so effortlessly create shots off the dribble. And it's like I'm expecting like role play. It's like how Patty Mills, I feel like, just shocked the jive out of all of us. Like, oh, I didn't know he could do that. I didn't know Seth Curry could do all that. And it's like, well, Patty is insane, especially early on in the season. The shot creation was nuts, but it was a lot of like off the catch, take a dribble to the side, like Joe Harris on steroids type stuff. As far as being able to move around with the ball. I'm not saying Joe is a standstill Mike Bibby type stuff, but I mean like as far as the motion and stuff, like flicking the pro stick type stuff, that was Patty. Seth is like, if his brother is God, right? He's like Moses in the biblical hierarchy. Like, he's a mortal, but it's like, yo, he's one of those mortals where it's like, this man has tablets and a staff for a reason. I feel like we should listen to him type stuff, right? If Steph is Jesus, right? I'm not going to say that. We're going to leave God out of this. If Steph is Jesus, I would say definitely Seth is Moses. And that's a big deal. So we got Moses in the biblical equation. The shots that man was making, and you saw in the post game, he said, I didn't even need to look at any game plans. I knew how they played. And it's another example of when you have someone who's been a part of a rigid system where it's like, okay, you're just the three-point guy, you just do that. When you come to the Nets, you can do anything you want because Steve Nash isn't coaching. You can do whatever you want and have a field day. Now, if it was just set, and by the way, a lot of y'all don't want to admit it because for some reason it's just not cool to be a Steph Curry fan. I get that, but a lot of y'all, if we're being honest, are Curry fans, are Steph Curry fans. You love that man. You act like you don't, but you love that man. Now is your opportunity to get some really nasty stuff off. That man's brother, Seth Curry, is number 30 for the Brooklyn Nets. So y'all can get a number 30 jersey that says Curry on the back, but it's for the Nets. And you can be undercover with your Steph love and nobody would know. People just assume it's Seth. But it's really a Steph Brooklyn jersey, really. You can get away with it, and no one's going to be mad at you. I'll know what you're doing, but I won't judge you. If it's not Seth's immediate family, you got a Seth Curry jersey with the 30 on the back with the Brooklyn Nets colors. I'm going to be honest, I'm thinking on a low, you're a Curry fan. That's Seth Curry, it's Steph Curry. I'm getting the Currys mixed up, but you know what? Not that that man does not have fans on his own, but I'm just keeping it a bean. A lot of y'all love Steph. You don't want to admit it. But a lot of y'all are Steph Curry stans. Y'all are Gravity Man stans. And this is your time to get some nasty stuff off and no one would even know. No one would even know. Now off of that for a quick second. It would be one thing if we just had Seth. This is going to be a tongue twister the whole season, I know. It would be one thing if we just had Seth, right? You added more shooting, okay, that's cool, but we can't stop anyone. No real offense is being created outside of a bunch of ISOs, right? Because really it was just ISO Seth, which, God, just imagining that with like Joey and KD and Kyrie, that's going to be rough. Jesus, that's going to be crazy. You add Drummond as well, and both of them started. Again, there's no Joe Harris, so there's no moment of, oh, we started. It's obvious you start Curry. But Drummond starts as well. I think we all know, and it's safe to admit now, I didn't want to say it because I'm a Nets fan and I would never speak ill of LaMarcus, maybe Blake, but never LaMarcus. But let's keep it a bean. Drummond starts over LaMarcus in 2022 every game. Let's keep it a Thowie every game. Claxton back to the bench every game. If he played, I must have slept through it, by the way. Did Claxton play? I must have slept through that part, but that's not even there. Blake, back to the bench with you every game. We got Drummond. We got a real center. Jared Allen has finally been replaced. Like, real center. We have a real center now. Back to the bench for the 3 DeAndre Jordan stands. DeAndre Jordan's been replaced. We have a real center now. All you power forwards back to the bench now. It's time to start the center. Oh, it was destruction out there. And I've been trying to warn y'all quietly. I was distracted by the Harden stuff and the Kyrie stuff, but now that neither of them were out there tonight, it's time to get some real nasty stuff off. If y'all thought I have been annoying about LaMarcus Aldridge and Blake Griffin, y'all are not ready for how much of a closeted Drummond fan I have been for the last year. When there was a chance we could have got him last buyout, we ended up with LaMarcus, which I was cool with. I was just looking at Drummond highlights, and I'm like, oh my God, I didn't know that's what he was doing over there. I didn't know that's what he was doing in Detroit. I didn't know that's what he was doing with the Cavs. I had no idea. I really didn't. I just knew that at one time he had really hairy shoulders, and that's all I could focus on. But when it was looking like we were about to get him in the buyout before he chose the Lakers over us, and we're just gonna gently forget all the nasty things he said about us. That's fine. We'll forget your slander. You'll forget our slander. Water under the bridge. It goes both ways. Perfectly fine. We'll just forget all the things he said when he chose the Lakers over it. We'll just forget all that, but that's not here or there. Anyway, when I started to look at his stuff, when it was a possibility that we could mess around and get him, I said, oh, this is bully ball to the umpteenth power. Now, with the Blankety Blake stuff, that is incredible. The stuff he was doing on Detroit was incredible. But to have the backup of Drummond, I mean, we're talking, and it's not just the numbers. A lot of people go to the numbers like, oh, it's like he's averaging like 12 and 12. Well, it's so cool. Throw the numbers to the side for a quick second, please. Take the numbers, pass it to the homie to the left, please. And it's your left, not my left, because that's right for me. So pass it to the homie to the left, please. Let's just do the eye test real quick. Let's do the 7th ball eye test. The bully ball. The way that this man literally battles for rebounds and battles for position down low. Did you see when he elbowed Sabonis into Mr. Whammy to get the and one layup? It was a bully ball masterclass. Seven the Bomb was on the couch like, I could get used to this. I felt like that one Disney band. What was that? It wasn't Paramore. It was the band that they wanted to make that was Paramore, but it wasn't Paramore because they couldn't get Paramore. What was they? Something. It wasn't Flyleaf. It was Forever something. They had that one song. I can get used to this. I'm gonna mess with all y'all's homes real quick. Alexa, play I Could Get Used to This. Whatever song is playing in your household, that's the one I'm talking about. Hopefully it's the rock one. That sounds like it might be Avril Lavigne, but it's not Avril Lavigne. It could be Paramore, but it's not Paramore. Something Forever. Y'all are hearing it right now, but that's the song I got going on. But I can get used to this because it's a rap. It's a rippity rap. I switched genres on you. We went rock, now it's rap. It's a rippity rap. It's over. The Bully Ball Masterclass is so apparent. No one's going to mess with us anymore. We're talking about, we got Blake Griffin coming off the bench. We got LaMarcus Aldridge coming off the bench. And we've got Andre Drummond starting. I mean, can we count the I feel like this is snitching, but can we count the elbows? Can we count the offensive fouls that the refs just went, I ain't calling it on him. I think it's like everything that y'all think James Johnson was supposed to be. No offense, he's got a neck tattoo. I don't talk trash about people with neck tattoos, but that's not here there. We got in Drummond, and all I'm so here for, and this man got something to prove. He's looking around like, wait, I was collateral for the Harden trade? Oh my God. Oh my God. And then the blocks. And it's not like the cute Jared Allen block, and I mess with my guy. I'm happy that he's going to the All-Star game to replace Harden. I think that's a different type of irony that petty individuals like myself live for. I think I just got another year added on to my life because of just the pure pettiness of the irony that Jared Allen is replacing James Harden in the All-Star game. Thank you for the extra year of life, but that's neither here nor there. Nothing against Jared Allen, but when it's like on some Jared Allen stuff where he just smacks it into the stands, or some Mitchell Robinson stuff where they like have the cool, like they catch it with their wrist and they come down like, ah! Like that stuff's cool. The Clay Capella stuff, like that's cute. But when you have got a man that's like Tyson Chandler 9.45, and the man will just push the ball down through it's not like you're coming down. It's a perfect block through your hands. And while you're hanging on the rim wondering where the ball went, this man has spiked it into the earth, caught it with two hands, not just the Odell, with two hands, surveying the court, sees who's running. Blue 42. This man is setting people up with the block. It's not like he gets the block, passes it to a ball handler, and says, ooh, I got a block. No. Come on now. If I watch football, I would say someone who throws the ball to something. I do not watch football, so I don't know any quarterbacks. Let me think of one. Was Michael Vick a quarterback? Can I say that? Okay. Can we reference Michael Vick in 2022? Can we do that? I guess we'll find out if I make another video on this channel. So sure, Michael Vick. Was he a quarterback? I don't know. Insert quarterback here. Throws that joint. Underhanded. Y'all can tell I don't play that. But that's not here that just woo down the court. Whoever is down there catches that joint. One dribble, collection, boom. Seth actually traveled on one of those catches. It was kind of funny, but that's not here nor there. I mean, we are talking about a full-on assault type stuff. Because when you got like someone like Drummond shutting it down, right? That not only encourages everyone else who's coming into the game to try and step it up and play some defense, it encourages everyone on the court like, hey, let me get a little, you feel me? Let me get in the passing lanes and stuff like that, because Curry was getting in on it. Bruce Brown was revitalized from all the defense around him. Like, it was, not only do you have that, but you have another playmaker, because that is a part of playmaking. If you can get the defensive fill in the blank, it's not just let me dribble the ball up the court, take 9 seconds off the clock, then pass it to the side, start the offense. No, run the fast break, please. And we've needed that so bad. Drummond gets the block, the rejection, whatever you call it. Homie is still hanging on the rim, so it's really a 5-on-4 break. 4-on-4 break, because Drummond's the one throwing the ball. Ignore my math. So 4-on-4 break. Drummond's looking, right? Let's say it's James Johnson. Sees James Johnson. Got you, Brad. James Johnson grabs that joint. He's probably ahead of the pack. If anyone tries to hack or foul him, it's a, what do they call that joint? It's a clear path, because he's so far ahead. Gets the ball, quick dribble, gather, layup, possession over. We're talking about possessions that are on some Jeff Hornacek type stuff. We're talking about some Mike D'Antoni stuff, some 7 seconds or less stuff. We're talking about, on the example I just said, that's possible that it's a possession of 5 seconds. When did the Nets score that fast? It is perfecto, Bruno, perfection. Oh. And it's the type of stuff the Nets needed. We needed this now. Both the offensive and the defensive, and with 2 players that are going to contribute both. It's not like, oh, this is the defensive guy, this is the offensive guy. How many dunks did Drummond have? Because at some point they had to double somebody, and we did this with none of the big 2. Which, I don't know if we're putting Kyrie in there. But with none of the big 2. You don't have Kyrie. You don't have Kevin Durant. All you have is Patty Mills, Seth, Bruce Brown, Kessler Edwards, Drummond, whoever else was out there. And they're double teaming people. They had to double Seth. They had to double Patty, because Patty's just going off. Patty ain't going to get upstaged by Seth. That's a little fire under the cheeks of Patty to get his stuff together. Because Patty been messing up on the low. But he don't want to get outdid by the new kid on the block. Come on now. That's Woody Buzz Lightyear type stuff. Woody stepped his game up when Buzz came to town. He's, there's a snake in my boot. And he from Texas, that makes sense too. Everybody stepped up. Everybody played well. Been a lot of Bruce Brown slander out there. That man said, thank you very much. Came back with an incredible game. The floater was back. The crazy layups are back. Now he's back to doing what he does. And the ball movement. Oh my God, the ball movement was beautiful. Granted, there was a lot of ISO Curry. It wasn't like it's dribble, step back, pull stuff. It was more so that Patty Mills, but there was a higher chance that he would actually drive in and make the impossible layup off the top of the glass, off the top of the glass. Ball movement. And if they try to collapse on him, kick it out to someone who's open. If you got 5 people guarding you, you don't have to take the shot. There's 5 people guarding you, you got 4 teammates open. Look at me with the quick math. Sever, who are you? But that's not here or there. Y'all gotta understand. Y'all gotta understand this is different. Now, here comes the Linsanity moment. Well, what happens when Melo comes back, right? What happens when KD comes back? Absolutely nothing. We just score more points. KD loves that type of stuff, right? One of the reasons why him and Harden had a falling out, allegedly. What happens when Stat comes back? What happens when Kyrie comes back? There's going to be some black hole moments, I ain't going to lie. But I'm going to keep it 1,000. I have full faith that a Drummond and a Seth are going to, at some point, be like, hey, yo, you shooting a little too much, bruh. Maybe Durant won't say anything to his guy, but I bet you two individuals that are allegedly used to winning, and I have to say allegedly because of Drummond, but with Curry and the success that the team is having with total ball movement, I would like to think that if Kyrie starts to get into that dribble a million times in a circle, I got three people on me, I would like to think that someone, if he doesn't realize it on his own, because it's not going to be Steve Nash, someone will say, hey, yo, pass the ball. Because he's got dudes he can trust. If you don't trust Patty for whatever reason, I'm sure you trust a Curry. If you don't want to dump it down low to LaMarcus or Blake Griffin, I'm sure you trust Drummond. You got options. And most importantly, when that man feels like it, or whatever it is he's going through, when you add Ben Simmons to this, we don't even have to have this conversation of, well, what happens if Kyrie goes to Karis LeVert offensive win? We ain't have to worry about that. You ain't getting the ball from Ben. Ben Simmons going to run this perfectly. And if they were able to basically implement the freestyle system that we do where there's no game plan, you just play ball, if they were able to do that the first game, they've been with the team maybe a week now-ish, so okay, cool, but if they were able to do this on the first game, and I know Steve Nash didn't draw a thing for them, there was no game plan at all. There was probably just go have fun and pat him on the back and said, go ahead, team. They were able to do that. With Patty Mills running point. Nah. You got the defensive impact of Drummond inspiring the rest of the bigs and some of the guards too. Add Ben Simmons next to that. Like, I was hyped off the fact that we finally had the Embiid stopper, right? We finally had the Bam Adebayo stopper, right? We had the Vucevic stopper. We apparently have a Sabonis stopper, right? But then folks forget we need the Jimmy Butler stopper, right? We need the Giannis stopper. What happens if there's a switch on Chris Middleton or something like that? You know what I mean? We have to have something to stop other individuals. We're going to play the other New York team in a couple of days. Someone's got to stop Julius if he catches fire. And with our size, I was really concerned that Blake Griffin was going to have a long night. But that stuff ain't working on Drummond. It's not going to happen. And with the rest of the forwards, like in the shadows of Drummond, they're not going to step down either. It doesn't take much to stop Mitchell Robinson. Trust me, I know from personal experience. It doesn't stop much. It don't take much. I saw this one play where Drummond jumped into the sky to stop an alley-oop. I thought I was playing 2K. This man jumped into the sky to stop an alley-oop, shoved the man with his elbow as he was getting, I don't know how you do it, but in midair, dude flies into the stanchion, no call. And we ain't even got them dudes yet. So with what we just saw last night, let me paint you the picture once more. Again, I'll believe this mask mandate lift thing when I see it, but let's pretend like it gets solved. You know what? Let's not do that. Let's just say it's a road game and it's not against the Raptors or something, right? Road game. Ben Simmons. I'm going to keep putting him at 1. I know a lot of y'all want to put him at power forward, but we cannot let Kyrie be in control of the ball. I'm sorry. Like, we've seen how that goes. Ben Simmons at 1. Kyrie at 2. Let me remix it. Joe Harris stands, I'm sorry. But I have confidence that this is the year that man finally comes off the bench. I believe it. If he plays, this is the year he finally comes off the bench. Ben Simmons, Seth Curry, Kyrie. I know Kyrie at 3. Ugh. Kevin Durant, Drummond. Now, while I am terrified at the idea of Kyrie and Ben Simmons playing, Kyrie and Seth playing together on defense. Again, it's not like it's 2K where you're locked into a matchup. On defense, Ben can just cover someone's 3. Or maybe KD can cover the 3 and Ben covers the 4. And you got Drummond out there too. So it's not like where they're slated they have to continue to be. Whereas if it's like you're run-of-the-mill, no pun intended, 2 guards and Patty Mills at 3, like, God save the queen, right? So it's like, I think we'll be okay. I think that lineup is enough defensively to shut people down, and obviously offensively, good luck. Let's not act like the Ben Simmons, come on now. We're talking about Drummond gets the ball. He's looking down the court. You got Ben sprinting on the fast break. Kyrie sprinting on the fast break over to the three-point line because you know he's hoisting from half court. You got Kevin Durant sprinting. Seth Curry sprinting. Take your pick. And if one of them gets tripled or doubled and they can't see because maybe they're a little short or maybe they just got the big eyes and it's like a huge moment, when Drummond crosses half court and gets a head of steam to the rim. If you thought some of these Claxton lobs have been ridiculous. Ooh. Anyway. Getting a little ahead of myself. I'm just excited that the addition of Curry and Drummond was enough to get us to winning games we're supposed to win. And it's not like we barely won. We destroyed the Kings. And the Kings ain't trash no more. Kings ain't trash no more. And they were pretty much fully healthy. If we're doing this to trash teams, well, not trash teams, but teams we're supposed to win against, again, we're blowing them out with none of the stars, I'm feeling pretty confident about our chances with or without Kai. Not that it would really matter if he was out there or not, but you know what I mean. My whole paranoia of you need everyone's to be helped. We ain't even got Ben out there yet, and we're doing this to people. KD, take your time. We got this. Next stop, Manhattan. Let's put this to the test.